Have you ever trusted someone with your whole heart, only to have it completely shattered? Today, we're diving into a story about Trevor and Kelly, a couple who seemed to have it all. But beneath the surface, a storm was brewing, and it all came crashing down in the most unexpected way. This isn't just a breakup story. It's a tale of betrayal, revenge, and a lesson learned the hard way. Trevor and Kelly were what you'd call a picture-perfect couple. They'd been together for 5 years, lived in a cozy apartment, and even shared a dog named Buster. To everyone who knew them, they were endgame. Trevor certainly thought so. He was saving up for a ring, dreaming of their future, completely unaware that Kelly's heart had started to wander. The first crack in their perfect facade appeared subtly. Kelly started working late more often. She was suddenly very protective of her phone, and her excuses for being distant were always just plausible enough to dismiss. Trevor, being the trusting guy he was, brushed it off. He figured it was just stress from her new project at work. He even tried to be more supportive, making her favorite dinners and giving her space when she seemed to need it. He was playing the role of the perfect boyfriend, oblivious to the fact that he was the only one still in the play. The breaking point came during what was supposed to be a romantic weekend getaway. Trevor had planned it for months, a trip to a quiet cabin by a lake. But the night before they were supposed to leave, Kelly dropped the bomb. She said she couldn't go. She was vague, mentioning a last-minute work emergency. Trevor was disappointed, but he tried to be understanding. That is, until his friend sent him a picture. It was a screenshot from a mutual acquaintance's social media story. And there was Kelly, laughing and clinking glasses with another man at a fancy downtown bar. The man was Mark, a guy from her office she'd always referred to as just a work friend. Trevor's world imploded. The trust he had built for 5 years crumbled into dust in a single moment. He confronted Kelly, and the whole truth came spilling out. She hadn't just been distant. She'd been living a double life. The late nights, the secret phone calls, it all clicked into place. She confessed she had feelings for Mark and couldn't choose between them. For Trevor, there was no choice to be made. It was over. The days that followed were a blur of anger and hurt. Trevor moved out, taking Buster with him. He was heartbroken, but as the initial shock wore off, a new feeling started to take root. A quiet, burning desire for revenge. Not the destructive kind, but the kind that says, "You'll regret losing me." He decided to channel all his pain into self-improvement. He started hitting the gym, not just for his body, but for his mind. He poured his energy into his career, taking on a project he'd been putting off for months. He reconnected with old friends he'd neglected while he was so focused on his relationship with Kelly. Slowly but surely, the old Trevor, the fun-loving, confident guy, began to re-emerge, stronger and more determined than ever. He wasn't just getting over the breakup. He was leveling up his entire life. About 6 months later, Trevor ran into one of Kelly's friends at a coffee shop. The friend looked surprised to see him looking so good, so happy. They made small talk, and the friend let it slip that things between Kelly and Mark had already fizzled out. Apparently, the thrill of the forbidden romance faded once it became a reality. Kelly, the friend said, had been asking about him. A week later, Trevor got the text he was half expecting. It was from Kelly. It was long and full of apologies. She said she'd made the biggest mistake of her life and that she missed him and Buster. She asked if they could meet up and talk. The old Trevor might have jumped at the chance, but the new Trevor simply looked at the message, a small smile playing on his lips. He typed back a short, simple reply, "Who is this?" And then he blocked her number. He didn't need a dramatic confrontation. His revenge wasn't about hurting her. It was about showing her what she'd lost. His success, his happiness, his peace that was his ultimate victory. He had moved on, and she was just a chapter in a book he had already closed. Trevor learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't loud and explosive, but quiet and final. It's living your best life and never looking back. What do you guys think? Was Trevor's response the perfect revenge? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.